Oh yeah. Whew. It's another one for the books. Let's go. What about this one? All right. Shit. Mason Alhambra, Lattafa, whatever you want to call it. We got another one. We got something major here. Let's chit and chat about it. Let's go. All right back at it. Today, we have something that's right up my alley. Just checking all the boxes. What we're gonna look at today is Woody Oud from Maison Alhambra. Some of you that watched some of my videos, you probably heard me at least mention that my favorite fragrance is Oud Wood by Tom Ford. I love it, okay? But what's interesting about that is there are probably scents that I actually think I'll wear more often or even just smell better to me in general, which is strange to say, I know, but hear me out. Now, for me, this is something about nostalgia, charm, uniqueness, quality, definitely mood. As far as Tom Ford as a brand, what you need to know here is that it's an American fashion house, very sleek style, you know, from the color palettes to the silhouettes. I'm with it. No, it's definitely for me. Now, nonetheless, this fragrance, oh my God, and this one in particular, Oud Wood, ultimately the inspiration here. But let's chat about this one today. Woody Oud by Maison Alhambra. Now, what we have here in this presentation is mostly identical, clearly, with some very distinct and subtle difference. Okay, today we're gonna be taking a look at this sophisticated and powerful fragrance. I'm going to go over the presentation, notes to make up this fragrance, who's this for, when to wear this, and ultimately, should you blind buy this? All right, now, before we jump in, thanks for locking in, showing up, showing support. Hopefully it's helping some of you guys make some decisions, etc. Because I am keenly aware you could be anywhere on the net, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. Perfect. Now, this is really gonna help the channel out, and numbers do not lie, they can't. And YouTube said about 86% of my viewers still aren't subscribed. Now, let's do something about that. Do me a favor, hit this, yeah, and hit that. Yeah, we're golden. Yeah. Okay, so if you've seen the original presentation from Tom Ford's private blend collection, this bottle from Maison Alhambra has a strikingly similar look until you pick it up. Now, that's where things start to break down. Now, with Tom Ford, there's just a higher quality, tighter tolerances, because as soon as you go to lift this plastic cap from this bottle, you are well aware this isn't that $425 bottle. But we're here to talk about the juice. So let's go ahead and get a little spritzer. It works, it's decent. Again, not far off from what you would get from the original, but also, there's nothing to write home about. So now, first things first, this smells great. It's fantastic. I haven't gotten around to spending the $425 for the original just yet. You know, I've had a few samples and I love the DNA of this fragrance. So with that being said, this fragrance comes across so smooth. It gives most of what I can recall from smelling the original Oud Wood. This has to be one of Tom Ford's best-selling men's fragrances, and for good reason. It just works, you know, for so many types of people. So appealing. It has this very strong, solid presence to it. You know, I can mostly describe this fragrance profile as being like a young king, a lion. Has a stoic fierceness to it. Simple, uncomplicated, and the main notes being mostly composed of wood. It just gives its presence and solidity. Now, there are a lot of fragrances, you know, I could choose from when going out on many occasions, and I think the original reason I was attracted to this scent was mostly the way it spoke to the person, you know, kind of who I am. I locked into it immediately. It was almost like this scent kind of read my mind as far as, you know, how I feel in most situations. It just fit like the perfect pair of shoes. But with that being said, let me go ahead and explain how these notes are set up. Stick around to the end. Don't go anywhere. I'm gonna let you know if this is something you should pick up. This is going to open up probably how you might expect for it to open up. It's woody. So you have Oud listed as a singular opening note. It's not a dense Oud, it's starter pack Oud, which is in this case not a bad thing. Definitely adds to its wearability for most. Now, Lattafa Kept Refresher here, you know, very similar to the original. Doesn't come across as synthetic or chemical smells, anything like that. And that again speaks to the quality of what I've come to expect from Lattafa. Now, most of the fragrances are super affordable, But at this point, they built a reputation for offering some fragrances that punch way above their weight class. So mostly in the opening, you're gonna get a strong dose of oud mostly, which if you don't know, just think very, very woody, dry, handsome, and gentleman-like. Now, the mids still float most of those fresher, dry, woody notes that end up blending right into a dusty sandalwood. Man, that smells so good. Oh my God. Now, in the dry down, we continue to travel through this woody ensemble and end up right back into the woods. More amberwood, so you're getting ambery notes in the dry down, keeping this fragrance slightly on the warmer side. We introduced Cambodian oud, which honestly doesn't matter that much because to the nose smelling, you're mostly just gonna smell woods in general. But at this point, they're coming across a little bit dustier, definitely a little bit drier. Now, performance isn't gonna let you down here either. It's gonna get you most of 8 hours on skin. You'll still be able to pick this one up on clothing into the next day. So absolutely solid fragrance and solid performance to boot. Now, some oud fragrances that I own project so incredibly strong that you really have to pay attention to your spray routine. It could be a lot for you and for everybody else. And trust me, the everybody else part matters more. It's good to smell good, but don't overdo it. Luckily, with this fragrance, you're gonna be right on the money. You're gonna be able to do as you please, spray as much as you want. You're not gonna really blow anyone out of the water here. So even at 8 to 10 sprays, you're gonna be overall, you're gonna be solid. Now, of course, depending on what situation you're walking into, you could get away in most situations around 5 to 6. Projection will be about 2 arms length. We'll fill up a space about 3 to 6 feet away. Sillage is nice and it gives off this in charge, put together aesthetic. With that being said, types of rooms or situation I think this would be most perfect for. Definitely any type of work environment, especially when you mean business. This just screams, I'm him. This is a bit on the mature side of the coin. It's definitely masculine, floats well between the mid-20s to gents alike. Now, if you're a woman and you're checking out this channel, and you like the smell of wood, look no further. I can almost guarantee you're gonna stand out amongst the sea of florals out there. Now, all things considered, for me, this fragrance is a no-brainer. I would absolutely pick up another bottle even before mine runs out. Like I said, I love the way Tom Ford Oud Wood is set up. I love it. This one drives you all the way down that road and drops you off a few steps away, but the Uber fee isn't $425. Skip a trip to Panera, you can get this one easily. Nah, I ain't gonna lie, them sandwiches good. Now, so the price point, stay seated. $25, $35, nothing more, nothing less. I mean, maybe less. Stay savvy, shop smart, my friends. So where can you buy this? Check your closest web browser search bar, locate it, lock it in for the best price possible. Now, right now, this is still super easy to come by. It's not a lot of hype around it at the moment. You can have this in your hands in a few days. Now, spray this on and smell like an absolute stud. Now, we've arrived at the question. The question is this worth a blind buy? Don't hold your breath. Breathe easy. Let's take a look up there at the start. See how many we have. Yep, 5. Now, if you stuck around this far, hey, thanks once again for locking in with your boy. Keep dropping down in the comments and making my day. And if you haven't already, it doesn't get any better than a present. Do a quick swipe, definitely subscribe, tell 2 or 3 friends, send them the link. Look, keep growing, know thyself, groom well. But wait, don't shuffle off so fast, chillin'. Just click one of these up here, more fire. Till next time, YouTube, dooskies. It's another one for the books, let's go. What about this?